All right, we are live. Welcome in, everybody. It has been a hot minute, man. It's been a hot minute. I looked at the date since the last time I streamed, and I think it was July 7th, I believe. July 7th. So it's been a minute, but hopefully everyone's having a good day. I want to be honest. I've just been really busy, and two, there's just really not much I wanted to stream. So if I go live, I need to do Pokemon. You know, please the audience of Pokemon, which makes sense. But there's just really no Pokemon games out that I want to play right now. There's nothing really exciting going on in the Pokemon world, you know? So just haven't really known what to stream, even if I have time on the weekends. Usually I have time, but I really haven't had anything I wanted to stream. But I was thinking about today while I was studying, because I started getting YouTuber brain when I was studying, and I was like, oh God, I can't focus. But I was like, let's actually just do like a ranking system of all the Pokemon games, because I've talked shit on so many gens, and I'm like, you know what? I think it'd be kind of fun just to like rank all of them, and just, you know, it'll be a little obviously gonna be opinion based, but I think it'd be fun because if I give some legitimacy to it, you know what I mean? Also, since I haven't been live, I don't know what's going on. The chat obviously looks different. It's like a screen capture, even though it's a browser source. Don't know how that happened. So I don't know if the website I was using like went down or something, or YouTube did an update, but this is not right. So sorry, that's not going to look as cool this stream. Maybe in the future I'll fix it, but we haven't really been consistent live streaming, so I'm not really taking everything seriously. We're just gonna have a fun stream, and I really wanted to go live and just talk and hang out, and do a little bit of fun opinion-based stuff. All F tier, of course, for sure. You should make a tier list of your favorite shiny Pokemon. That could be fun. I think, have I done that before? I don't know. I think we did Pokemon. I was gonna do it in a video, but then I just didn't do it. This is not gonna go well. Oh, it's gonna go fantastic. Oh, it's gonna be such a good time. Welcome in, Neon. Make a tier list of every Pokemon and every form, including Spinda. Well, there's a million or over a million Spinda, so I don't think that's really possible. But I mean, we did a ranking stream a few months back where I did every Pokemon in form. Do a live react of every Digimon and rank them. How much Digimon are there? Had they like updated like generations like back in the day? Well, I know like there's not really new Digimon anymore, but did they do like generations of Digimon like Pokemon did, or was it just like one set Digimon list, you know? Akersdean, YouTube updates is so that stuff doesn't actually work anymore, which is epic. Sick. Awesome. So if we go live a lot, I'll have to figure that out again. Today it's fine. 1 month Spinda only stream. Yes. You know what? We'll just do a shiny hunting all Spinda forms. How about that? That sounds like a great time. That sounds fantastic to me. Matt had the same issue and he found a fix for it. Oh, sick. Cool. I'll figure that out. I'm trusting your opinions here. Oh, it's gonna be great. You guys want to get into this? It's gonna be opinion based. What's fun is I get to build a bed frame tonight, and it's not just like a regular bed frame. It's kind of complicated. So I gotta do that too, which is gonna be fun. But anyways, let's hop into it, guys. Let's hop into it. Do a live range of every legendary and shiny legendaries. We kind of already did that. All right. So I think what we do is we go into order of generation. I think that's fair. I think it's a good idea. That way, like, and I'm also gonna rank, because obviously, like, we gotta rank the older games kind of fairly. You can't just be like, oh, it doesn't have that much in it. I mean, the Pokemon's evolved a lot through the years, so I'm gonna judge the game based off what it is, right? And what it did for Pokemon, you know? So we got Red and Blue. First up, Red and Blue was insane. Literally revolutionary, some might say. It was amazing. Is there really any negatives about Red and Blue? I can't even think of any on the top of my head. I mean, obviously it was the first Pokemon game. The only negatives I can think of is like, oh, no shinies, which you get in later gens. No abilities, later gens, right? So like, there's a lot of things like that we could say. But like, as a baseline, it was an amazing game. It sold to so many copies. I feel like it's probably one of the main reasons a lot of people got Game Boys, right? Like, this is probably one of the main games you would want a Game Boy for. Obviously, this came out, I think, when I was born. Pokemon Red release date. Did it come out when I was born? a year after. I was 1 year old. I was one. So probably a big reason why a lot of people got Game Boys. It was the main reason why I wanted a Game Boy when I was a kid. I'm trying to think. Obviously it was a huge stepping stone, I feel like, for Pokemon, right? So we're just ranking it based off its time it came out. I'm not gonna say S, because obviously it is not completely updated, right? That's why we have Fire Red Leaf Green and stuff. So I feel like we gotta give it A, just because like the time it was released, everyone loved it. It was amazing. Like people were doing this at school, trading their Pokemons across. You know, it was cool. Link cables. It was a good time. I feel like you gotta give it an A. It was just the start of everything, right? It's a start. It's the fresh start. So nostalgic to go back and play. It's awesome. You know, it might not have everything in the world yet, but it was, again, its first game. Give it a chance. We won't give it S, though. We won't give it S, because I feel like it's a little OP. So then after that, obviously, was, Yellow. I guess Yellow, we're just going to put that in the same vein. Yellow is better than Red and Blue, so we'll do this. Because Yellow, obviously, you get all the starters super easy in the game, and you start with Pikachu. It's cute. It's just a little bit better, but it's not S, obviously. And then so then we got Gold. Where's Gold at? Where's Gold? They got Heart Gold, Crystal. Oh, here we go. Silver and Gold. Now, Silver and Gold were pretty lit, right? You basically just took regular Pokemon, and then you're like, hey, here's a new region, and you can go back to the old one. Pretty cool. Actually, F with that a lot. What else does it have? It brought shinies. It brought some baby Pokemon. That was pretty cool. I'm trying to think what else. Obviously, it's the first game with like a post game, right? So it's the first one to really introduce that concept, which I think is cool, because post game I think is so important in Pokemon. You gotta have a post game. I feel like with a lot of games, you need something to do after you beat the main line of the game, right? That's where like Red and Blue is like, that's like where it kind of lacks, but it's also the first game. So like, what are you going to do? Right. Day and Day. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm also in this stream. Send me positive in chat, send me negatives, and we'll take them all. I'll take them all in. Cause obviously it's kind of hard to remember every single thing all at once for my game. So if you guys have opinions, put them in chat, and then I'll kind of read them, and I'll put it within my opinion. We did get held items. True. What else do we have? Breeding eggs. True. Why are you doing this, Tobin? Because I thought it would be fun. It was a step up. It was definitely, that's the thing is, in my mind, Gold and Silver was a step up from Red and Blue. It just added more to the game, which is a lot of the games did, obviously. But being like the first post game is really cool. Literally, yeah, I was gonna say the biggest issue is the level scaling in this game. Since there are 2 regions, they're like, okay, well, we can't let you gain a lot of experience in the beginning. So we're just gonna give you like a lot of level 2 Pokemon to use to battle that trainers have. So that's a huge drawback, I feel like, and a lot of people don't want to like, oh, it's fine. And I was one of those people who were like blindly was like, it's whatever. It makes sense. It does make sense, but it does make like replaying the games. It does make playing the actual game just kind of like a little too easy. And Pokemon's supposed to be easy, but like when you're like so over leveled without even meaning to, just because that's how the game levels are, I feel like it kind of makes some of the game like a little sluggish. You know, you're like, oh, gotta get through this route now, even though I'm gonna one-shot everything. So I think that is an issue with it. But I don't think they're bad games at all. I think they're really fun to go back and play. Man, I'm trying to think. Cause I want to put an A, but I don't feel like. I feel like we put Red and Blue A. I feel like. I don't know, man. Cause I feel like there's gonna be so many of these missing now, right? I feel like a lot of games. I don't know. I think what I'll do is. Yeah, this is the one. I'm gonna give this one B. Right? And then I'm pretty sure, didn't they start moving the sprites in Crystal? I'll give Crystal A just because it is objectively better than Gold and Silver. And I think it was a colorized better, right? Right? But I won't say S tier because honestly, I don't have like, if I'm gonna go back and play games, it's not one of the first ones I go to. So I'll put an A though, because it's a really fun game. You know what? Let's do this. I retake this back. We're putting Red and Blue in B tier. I feel like this makes sense, right? Red and blue B tier. Obviously, first game's introduced, but yellow is better, and it's the same thing, just better. So, I think doing like this kind of cool. Usually, the second installment in the games is like obviously better. So I feel like this is gonna happen a lot in this list, but it's what happens. No Ampharos and Crystal F tier. Really? That's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's gonna be. That's one thing I can't remember all the encounter tables for all the games, obviously, since it's been a while since I played them all, but so far our friendship is surviving. Good. I'm trying to be fair. This is gonna be a very fair stream, even though I have some hard opinions about some games. All right. Next up, we got Ruby and Sapphire. Okay, so I owned Red first, right? And that was my first game I owned. But Ruby and Sapphire was the first game I beat. Because as a kid, I got stuck in Red. Because I was like freaking 5 or 4 when I first played it. I don't know when I got my... I think it was like around that age when I got my Game Boy. But Ruby, I stopped playing because I got so lost. Because I was so young. But then I got Ruby probably like a year, maybe 2 years later. It was before Emerald came out. I knew that. I must have got Ruby and within the year got released. Because I remember seeing ads for Emerald. But I got Ruby and it was the first game I beat. I enjoyed it a lot. I had my subtitle level 100 and I didn't train anything else. But hey, I mean, that's how it is sometimes. I remember I got stuck at the 8th gym, reset. Don't know why I did that. I should just train other Pokemon. And then I ended up beating it the second time around. But Ruby and Sapphire, I think, as a region, everyone's like, oh, too much water. I disagree. It's not a big deal at all. Pop a fucking repel. Really, it's not hard. Every route has like grass in it in every game that you have to go through. Water's the exact same. And I'm pretty sure, I feel like the encounter rate is lower in the water. That's what it feels like, at least to me. So I don't see a big deal in it. I think the story in this game is really fun. It's obviously not like perfect storytelling, but I think it's really good compared to Team Rocket. I think Team Rocket storylines were fucking boring. That's one thing I think about Red and Blue and Crystal and Gold and Silver. I just find Team Rocket a very boring team. After the first games, I don't know why they kept bringing them back. They had no other... I guess for Crystal, they're like, I don't know what to do. Let's just put Team Rocket back. But Ruby and Sapphire, they finally switched it up and like made like world-ending disasters happen, right? Like a whole... flooding the entire world or making the whole world in a drought where there's no water, right? I like the intensity of that in stories. I don't feel like the story needs to be a perfect storytelling as long as there's like intensity to it. I think if there's intensity to it, it's really fun. You have amazing starters. I think the starters in this game are just, I'll use any of them. I fucking love them. I love the starters in this game. They also brought abilities in this game, which is amazing. What else did they bring? Battle Frontier. Battle Frontier. They have like the battle tower in this game. Ruby and Sapphire have the battle tower. I think that's what it's called. And you had roaming. Roaming encounters are in Crystal too. I didn't even think about that. But you have roaming Latios. What else? Secret bases. Secret bases were super fun. Double battles. Yo, you right. You guys bring up some good things here. Good things. And I'm gonna be honest, I just find it like very, first game where it's like fully like colored, right? Like fully colored, not like half tones, right? So, multiple legendaries. So Crystal had that though. Crystal had the roaming and the regular, so it's kind of the same thing. And Celebi, it's kind of like the same thing, but there are a lot of legendaries in Ruby and Sapphire. Trying to think, what else did they... I mean, you could dive. There's just more... Like, the map felt way more explorable in the game. Like, I feel like Ruby and Sapphire, like, it just felt much more open. Like, obviously not, like, open world, but, like, open, right? As soon as you beat the game, I feel like there was still so much to do. You had, like, the Braille for the Regis. That was sick. That's, like, one of the best things you could do for legendaries in all the games. That's, like, it's so fun. When you had to figure that out as a kid, no one's figuring that out. You had to have the guidebook, bro. But yeah, thank you for the raid, like Galar. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys had a great stream over there. The maps were so well designed. I think Hoenn is like one of the most fun regions. I think there's just so much to explore and do. Like the banded ship, like Steven Stone fight after you beat the game. Is that no? I think is that Emerald or is that Ruby and Sapphire? I think that might be Emerald. Is it Ruby and Sapphire too? Because it makes sense in Emerald because you don't battle them in the Elite Four. I'm not sure about Ruby and Sapphire. It's been so long since I mean, every time I play Gen 3, I go and play Emerald because it's just objectively better. I can't remember. That might be an Emerald thing. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Ruby and Sapphire just had a lot going on for it. And personally, and the level scaling isn't bad. Sorry. I think I know exactly what I'm gonna do about this. Ruby and Sapphire. I'll put it in B with like all these other games. I think they're all just kind of. I think like all the gens are pretty equal in that opinion. But then Emerald for sure is gonna be A. Like it's gonna be the same fucking thing. It's gonna be the same fucking thing. But there's a reason I did this time for this time, because the remakes. We'll get to that. We'll get to that though. But yeah, I think Emerald's amazing. I think it's an A tier. Actually, no, just kidding. It's S tier. I'm an idiot. I was gonna put Oras up there, but I forgot. Battlefront tier in Emerald. Battlefront tier. I missed that. Why the fuck don't we have that? Why don't we have that? What's going on there? What's going on? You had it in that game. It was amazing. Sure, it was hard. A lot of people are like, oh, it's so hard. Well, that's the point of it. That's what makes it fun. Replayability is crazy in that, right? Because you're not just winning. You gotta try hard. Like as a kid, I never beat it all. As an adult, I actually want to go through Emerald and actually beat it. But you know, I've been thinking about what to stream. I should stream that. That'd be really cool. But I feel like I need to have Eevee and Ivy train mons, which I don't really want to do legitimately. Because that sounds awful. So I guess some of the places you don't need it's rental mons. I don't know. It could be fun. But yeah, I think Emerald is like perfect Pokemon game. I will always say that. I think that and Oras is just so close to me. Perfect. Just so good. So good. But that brings us, oh wait, actually that does not bring us to Gen 4 because we have some little spin-off games here, kind of quirky. All right, I'm gonna go with Colosseum first. Colosseum, gonna be a hot take here. I think it's better than XD Gale of Darkness. Sorry, I do. I think it's better. Because Gale of Darkness is just the same freaking game, so it's like an Emerald treatment, right? But then. What I mean, they didn't really change much. They obviously the story's different completely, but it's the same fucking map with like different areas. I'm not a big fan of XD, but Colosseum, man, oh my god, it's just so amazing. I loved playing that on my GameCube when I was a kid. I got stuck. I remember it being hard, which I think is also good for these games. When a game's like hard as a kid, and you don't just straight up beat it. I think that makes for that's like a fun challenge because you need to have a challenging game. It should not be like just baby butt easy to beat. So I think Colosseum is a good balance because you're trying to double battle this entire time with also the sprites in it are so cool. Dude, the sprites are so fun in the game. They're hilarious. So some of them are hilarious. Some of them are just really good. It's kind of crazy that game released back then on the GameCube and the sprite movement is like, not the sprites, I guess the models are, they have better movement than what we have today, almost. It's kind of crazy, in my opinion. Thank you, B-Rap, for the 32 months. I appreciate you, bud. The animations are sick. I think the only thing, the only negative thoughts about like Colosseum and XD is it does suck that like the variety of mons you can catch is super limiting. Like I don't know if you can. I think I want to say it's like under 60. How many Pokemon can you get in Colosseum? It's definitely not much. There's 48, I think it says right there. 48 Shadow Pokemon. Really not much of a dex there. So I think that's a huge drawback in both the games because I know XD might be a little bit better in that term. I'm actually curious. XD Gale of Darkness. 83. So it doubles. Okay, so hey, you know what? XD does double that. But the problem with XD though is the way they doubled that number is you had to like drop snacks off at these like pillar things, right? And then you'd have to leave and then go do your story, do whatever you want. And then you get a notification saying, oh, some Pokemon's eating a snack, and then you have to go there. And I think that's so fucking stupid. I think that's so lame. Like, I don't know what they could have done differently besides, because obviously you could just put routes in. Ooh, but obviously that's the point of the game is they don't offer like routes like that, traditional routes. I just think there could have been a better way to encounter Pokemon. So I do think it's a huge drawback, the fact that like both games don't even have 150 Pokemon you can get combined. So kind of lame. But I think the hardness of it, I think the storyline of it's fun. I love Colosseum's main character. The main character is like probably the coolest main character we've gotten in any Pokemon game. He is so rad. I think the snag 'em tool is cool. Like I do think it's cool that you can catch other people's Pokemon when they're Shadow. Like I think that's fun. I just think there needs to be more routes, to be honest. I just think there needs to be more way for you to catch Pokemon. That's the huge thing with it. But I think it's even without that, I think the game's still fun to play. I think I'm gonna rank it like I think I'm gonna rank it B, just because. Oh wait, I guess I'll probably put it. I'm gonna play it more than Red. Yeah, I'll put it right below Ruby and Sapphire. I'll put it above Gold and Silver. But I'd probably prefer to go play. No, let's put it above Ruby and Sapphire. I'll put it on the upper half of B, just because if I'm gonna go play Gen 3, I'm playing Emerald, so Ruby and Sapphire is not in the question. And if I'm gonna go play, obviously, I would love to play Colosseum. I think it's fun. The thing is, though, I don't think XD is as good as the game. I don't think the story's as good. I think literally the only thing that's cool about XD that they did differently was Shadow Lugia, which is cool and all, but like also like you get it in the game. And wait, what happens when you catch Shadow Lugia? Can you purify? Does it turn a regular Lugia? Like you can't have Shadow Lugia in any other game. So like, kind of lame. I feel like they should just done. And the main character sucks. He looks like a freaking dork. I don't like him. I hate that. I don't know his name. I don't know the other guy's name either. But the first guy's better. I don't think it's D. I think it's C because like it's just like right below average. Right below average. I feel like I don't want the D column here. I kind of just want like CF. Do I do that? No, we'll keep D. We'll keep D. C is perfect. I think C is good for it because I think Colosseum is objectively a better game. I think it's way more fun. If I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go play Colosseum. Being a dork is my specialty. Me too, but like, I mean, if there's a cool guy on the street with really nice abs and I compare that to myself, I like him better. All right, let's see. That puts us in Gen 4 now, right? Gen 4. All right. So Gen 4, we got Diamond and Pearl, right? Diamond and Pearl. I personally, as a kid, I loved them. I owned both games of Diamond and Pearl. I logged probably close to, if not more hours in Diamond and Pearl. Maybe a little bit. I had close to maybe a little less than I put in Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire. Just because Ruby, Emerald, and Sapphire, I like traded myself a ton. I had no friends that played the game that much, so I traded myself mons back and forth and like traded from Fire Red, Leaf Green and stuff. And Diamond and Pearl, I had friends to play with, but I only had like one. Like I played Pearl to get Palkia, but I really only had one main save file I really focused on. Whereas Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I had like 3 main save files. I was hard to reset a game because I would just trade them all to one game. Oh, Fire Red, Leaf Green, you're so right. Is it even on? Oh wait, you know what? My bad. Diamond and Pearl, we'll keep that. We'll put a pin in that thought. My bad. Fire Red, Leaf Green. I like these games a lot. Obviously, it's a huge step up from like Fire Red, Leaf Green. Objectively, are we haven't had many. Obviously, we haven't had like all the games remade yet, but like it's like top half of the remakes. It's freaking awesome. It took Red and Blue, and it added more content. That's exactly what you want with the remake. You want to make the game better. So obviously you had all the updated stuff like abilities, items, and all that. And so you've added all that in to Red and Blue, and then you made it longer and just more content. And there was Gen like 2 and 3 mons you can catch in it. That's amazing. You have the Sevi Islands. Like, you had the whole Team Rocket story to do. Oh, yeah, the Sevi Islands wasn't even in Red and Blue. So you added all the Sevi Islands in. And then you go back to Sevi Islands to do, like, Team Rocket stuff. Kind of lame. But, hey, it's still cool. There's just so much more to do in it. And I just think as a remake, it's awesome. And if I'm gonna go play Hoenn, if I want to go play Kanto, and I have to choose from all the Kanto games, it's the one I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play Fire Red Leaf Green. The only other one I might play is Yellow, just because then you can catch all the starters. But if it's not for that reason, I think I'm playing this game. And I think really the only thing it's missing is, like, if they did a Battle Frontier. I'm going to say that a lot, but if they did that, that would be so sick. But, I mean, there were so many cool events in it, too. I'm going to say it's better than Crystal. Because I don't think it's S tier, though, just because I think there could have been more in it. Like, they put the Battle Frontier into Emerald and, like, added a lot of cool stuff to there. I think they could have added more stuff to Fire Red Leaf Green. A lot of the cool stuff is also blocked off by events. So there's that. So I think it's not S tier, but it's definitely a solid A. It's the best Kanto game, like hands down. I would say Yellow is pretty close from behind, but I like it a lot. You have Gen 2 3 mods revolutionized everything. No, it's amazing. I just don't think it's quite S tier. I don't think it's quite there. Because most of the time, if I'm gonna play Fire Red Leaf Green, it's most of the time, like, I was playing it recently, and the reason I was playing it I wanted to catch Kanto mons to transfer to my Emerald game. So that was why I was doing it. So, but it's definitely the best Kanto game, hands down. Not even close. All right. Just to watch you lose to Frank on Path's channel. Hey, when the focus band pops, man, there's not much you can do. That's just Pokemon RNG, man. I had the game. It just sucks, man. That's why I've been getting really burnt on Pokemon because of just how uncompetitive it is. That's a whole nother stream. Pokemon, I'm just gonna say it now. Pokemon is the worst competitive game. It's the worst. It's the worst. But that's another thing. But all right. So now we got Fire Leaf Green going. But now we gotta talk about Diamond and Pearl. Like I was saying, I put a lot of hours in it. The only thing bad about Diamond and Pearl, in my opinion, is how slow it is. It's very slow. It is so fucking slow. I remember battling. Is there a Blissey in the Elite Four? Or maybe I just battled a really high level Blissey at some point. I remember fighting a Blissey at some point in that game, and the HP bar goes down. Like, it takes like a full minute to like go away. Like, why? What the hell happened there? But besides that, what else? I guess, okay, limited fire types is a negative. Like, if you don't choose Infernape, you're just kind of fucked. But the game's cool. There's a lot of cool things they added. Like, I think one of the fun things they added was the Pokeball stickers. I think that was really fun. I used to love that as a kid. Dude, all the events with action, obviously you needed an action replay to really get a lot of them, but still, I still include that in the game. Really fun events. The Arceus event, what else? The Darkrai, the Cresselia event. All that's so cool. And I think, I remember the Elite Four being legitimately pretty difficult. I think that was one of the more, I don't know what it was as a kid. I think that was one of the hardest ones as a kid to battle. I remember struggling the most there. I remember Hoenn wasn't as bad. So I will give it like that. I feel like the Elite Four difficulty is pretty decent. The Underground was really cool. Secret bases down there. And I think those were like true secret bases, right? Those were still like true, like it was like Emerald secret bases. It was just cool, a little bit cooler. Cynthia is a mommy. She is awesome. Loved her as a champion. Her and Steven are just like top 2, not beating them. What else was in that game? Starters, they're good. I personally don't think they're the best of the starters though. I think Hoenn and Kanto are both way better than them. Music is pretty good, but I don't think music's that amazing. Like I think Emerald's better, and I also think Black and White music is better. So it's definitely, it might be on the top half of the games, but definitely not my favorite music in the games. Torterra had the best typing. It was cool. It was cool. I like Torterra, but as a kid, I played with him a lot. But I played with Empoleon mostly as a kid. Wasn't a big fan of Infernape because I just feel like he just got tickled and he died. Post game was really fun in Sinnoh. Yeah, you had the whole extra area in Sinnoh was really good. But since what I'm gonna do is since it's slow, I'm gonna give. I'll give Diamond and Pearl. The first four. My thing is the first 4 gens are so fucking good. It's hard to even beat. That's a B. Actually, we're gonna put you. You're right below Ruby and Sapphire. I prefer Alpha, Sapphire, and Ruby a little bit better. But I'll put it there, and then Platinum. Even though I don't give a fuck about the distortion world, I think it's honestly not good. It's very just annoying to go through every time. It's a cool idea, I think, but I think that it wasn't good. It's just boring to go through, in my opinion. It's cool to fight Cyrus there and see Giratina, but besides that, like, you have to go through all these stupid puzzles that, like, I don't care about. I'll put it A, and I mean, it did have like a battle frontier, but it did have a battle tower, right? Or did it have a battle frontier? I can't remember. I never really played Platinum as a kid. I just played it, obviously, on the channel plenty of times. I'll do. I don't want to give it S. Maybe do I? I should give it S. It's S tier. I'm gonna say I like Emerald better. I think Platinum's S though because there are a lot of cool events. There's a lot to do in the game. A lot of replayability there. I think the fire type not having a lot of fire type sucks. I think this game added 1 or 2 more, but it's still cool. I think, and all the new evolutions they added is really fun. I think it's a really fun game. I just prefer to Emerald, but Admaster, thank you for the 24 months. Hello, handsome. Hello. Thank you. Appreciate you, dude. Gen 4 added physical special play. That's true. That's another thing. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, no, I think, yeah, it definitely deserves S. I think it deserves S. I don't think it's really any arguing there. You might not like Gen 4 that much. Like, I don't think it's my favorite. Like, obviously, it's not my favorite gen in the world, but I will say Platinum and Emerald are both very fun games, right? All right. We did that. So I think it's just black and white now, right? All right. So where I get my opinion from is after the first 4 gens, Platinum came out when I was in 5th or 6th grade. I don't know what year it came out. It was one of those years. And that's when like all my right after 6th grade is when all my friends stopped playing. And I also got really serious into sports during this time. So I stopped game. I only like played games every now and then, and they were the older games. Like I like playing, like Emerald and stuff. So I didn't play black and white until I was a senior, right after I graduated high school. That's when I first played black and white. And are you really short? I'm 5'7". I'm right below average, so technically short. So I played this right after graduating high school, and I initially liked it a lot. I thought it was really fun. I think the only thing I didn't really like was the fact that I had to use all new mons, and I couldn't use any of the old ones I liked, which I think that the idea is cool, but like, as an old Pokemon fan, I was like, why? I don't even know what these Pokemon are. It's like playing a whole brand new game. It's like trying to learn a brand new game for the first time. You're like, okay, and I got to figure all this out. So it was kind of annoying, but I will say there are some really cool Pokemon in this game, like design-wise, but there are some really big stinkers. It's like really high, really low lows. But the one thing is that this game that's good is Black and White's music is sick. I love it. I think it's really good. But I think the routes look it was just boring. I think they look awful. I think they're boring. I like when I'm playing Black and White, I'm always just like, dude, get me the fuck out of this route. Like, let me get to the city. Let me get to the city. Skipping Gen 2 remakes. No, I'm gonna come back to the remakes. I'm gonna go through like all the games. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have. I think that's why I passed Fire Red. I was gonna go do the remakes all at once. We'll go back to the other remakes after this. But yeah, so I was just really bored playing through this game a lot of the times when I replay it, especially. And I think the storyline sucks. I don't care what anyone says. The storyline fucking blows. It's so boring. I like Anna as a character, But dude, wanting to give Pokemon freedom, it's just stupid. They literally have freedom. Like, I get he was sheltered and made to believe one thing, but like, it's such a dumb storyline that like, oh, Pokemon need freedom. Dude, they're friends. That's the whole thing about Pokemon since Gen 1 release, is that they're friends. Like, if you watch the anime, Ash literally wants to be friends with like all the Pokemon, basically, right? So I feel like the story in it is just, if that was the main story for the first games, it would have been good. But this is 5 gens in. I feel like it's a little late to tell this story. It's just kind of lame. So I personally hate the story. I think it's fucking boring. I also hate the tradition, because you don't battle the champion right away in this, right? Because you have Ed and you have to battle, right? How does that work? How does it work exactly? It's been a while since I played. But the Elite Four feels weird. You don't get the legendary before the Elite Four, which I guess that's kind of cool. But like, being used to getting the legendaries before the Elite Four, I feel like that. I don't like that change. I just like getting the legendary. Usually I save my open slot in my team, because the thing is, when you save the legendary for after the Elite Four or like right to the very last battle, you don't really get to use it if you want to use it. And as a kid, I used to have 5 slots of Pokemon, and I'd keep my 6th slot open for the legend so I can add it to my team. And you cannot really do that with that, right? If you re-challenged, you fight Alder. So you had to re-challenge. Yeah, I thought that was stupid. Also, like, Durant. When I first initially played this, I literally was like, I had a question if that was a Pokemon. That's crazy. It doesn't even look like a Pokemon. Replacing a Pokemon in your party. Yeah, but Jonathan, you have to wait till you beat the Elite Four for that, which is stupid. You know what I mean? Like, because then but in my cases, I would only have a team of 5 then for the Elite Four, which is really annoying. Goddamn, I am thirsty. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's considered the rebrand gen. Yeah, and I don't think Black and White really did it that great. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's that fun of a game. I think a lot of content creators, I'm pretty sure, came up during this gen. And that's like when Pokemon YouTube, I'm pretty sure, took off. It was like Black and White and entering X and Y. But I don't know. I don't think it's that great. I think the story's just boring. I think like Reshiram, Zekrom, like, what is it? Like ideology and whatever the fuck it is. I don't think it's boring. I think it's like so like lame. It doesn't feel like a Pokemon game. It feels like it's trying to be like this intelligent being, and I think it falls short of that. I don't think Pokemon's meant to take that seriously. It's a fucking, we're playing with pocket monsters, bro. Like, so I think, I don't know. I guess I'd rather play it over like playing Red and Blue, I guess. Maybe it'll take this B slot. It's not above Ruby and Sapphire, in my opinion. It's not above Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, I'm gonna put it below Diamond and Pearl. It's B. It's a Pokemon game. It's kind of hard to like be awful as a Pokemon game, but it's hard to also be amazing. That's why we only have a couple so far. But I think it's that. And then Black and White 2, since that's like Emerald, right? I like Black and White 2 a lot more. You can catch way more Pokemon in it. You get Magby, and I'm pretty sure Elekid 2 before the second gym. That's so cool. That is such a cool little thing to have. I think the couple new gyms are really cool. Like, this actually has one of my favorite gyms, and I love the lily pad gym. I think it's a freaking vibe. Music is great. I think as an overall game, I like it better. I also like it feels more like world ending. Like, literally when Kyurem freezes the fucking town, are you kidding? That's so cool. You see a whole map change because of it. Yeah, the map's bigger now. It doesn't feel so linear. It feels a lot more like when you get to the later half of the game, it feels so open. I think the diversity of Pokemon, obviously, like I said, is really good. I know there's a lot to do post game. I know that for a fact. I never really did all that because I played it and beat it and then moved on. Because this is when I'm playing catch up during this time when I first played it to play all the games I missed. So I actually think it's really good. I'll give this one like it doesn't have a Battlefront tier though, right? I'm gonna keep saying that. It has a battle tower. Oh, there's replayability. Wait. Isn't there a hard mode? Right? There's a fucking hard mode in this. I don't know what that entails entirely. But that's like, that gets good. It has difficulty. Yeah, that's really sick once you beat it. You know what? I mean, I actually enjoy playing Black and White too. I don't like playing Black and White. I think Black and White's boring. But if I'm gonna, I really fuck with this. I'm gonna give it an S. I'm gonna give it an S. I fuck with it. I think it's fun. Cause I think like if I put this next to Fire Red Leaf Green, I found Leaf Green is amazing. But like Black and White 2, there's so much content in it. That's actually a really good game with a lot of stuff to do. So I'll give that. I'll give it an S. I actually never thought I'd put it to S. But now like thinking about it, it's really sick. I think they fixed a lot of things from Black and White. So I'll put the S tier. I think it's cool S tier, in my opinion. X and Y. Okay, this is a game. I played this game like right after I played Black and White and Black and White 2. This is not for me. I'm sorry. If you think XD is better than Coliseum, not good. But X and Y. 3D game. 3D. Okay. 3D. The 3DS was a stupid console. Gonna say it. Stupid console. You didn't need 3D. Who the fuck do you use 3D? I want to know one person who actually wanted to use the 3D. When I looked at the 3D as a kid or as a senior in high school, I would just get a fucking headache. There was no point in using 3D. It's stupid. So any 3D aspect to X and Y, it's stupid. Don't even. What's the point? 3D at the lowest setting. Oh yeah, I literally just turn it off. But fairy type was also introduced, chat saying, which I fuck with. One of my favorite types, really fun type. Introduced a new evolution in Sylveon, kind of hype. The dex though is very small. I think this is the smallest dex they have, and they didn't have many legendaries in this game, did they? But I do. I mean, Mega Evolution was introduced, which is so cool. I don't really agree with like, oh, the gym's pacings like suck, whatever. I get it. Like, there's a couple fast ones in a row, and there's one really long one between 1 and 2. But like, I don't hate that because there's so much content to do in between the gyms. I don't feel like I'm ever like dragging through a route. I think the only route I don't like going through is I don't know if it's called this, but like the Mirror Cave. You know what I'm talking about? Between gym 2 and 3. That's the only route I don't like. But besides that, I feel like I like the routes. I think they're really fun to explore. I think the battles are fun. Mega Evolution's obviously good. You got really fun static encounters like the Lapras. They gave you a straight up Lapras in the middle of the game. Freaking awesome. There's other cool ones too, I believe. Like you get the Gen 1 starters after the first gym. Like that's cool. I think there's a lot of fun things about it. I'm trying to think. What do you do post game in these games? There's post story, isn't there? Isn't there something? They kind of did us dirty though. They didn't give us a Pokemon Z. I feel like they did that. That would have been sick. Zygarde is after, yeah. The Rhydon route. I guess the Rhydon route, yeah. I think that's the only two though. Every other route I like a lot. Mewtwo, you get Mewtwo in it. True. It's just Zygarde Mewtwo, so I guess like not that much playability. Ooh, I feel like that knocks at points a lot. The post game is Garbo. Yeah, that's my thing. Like I was saying earlier, post game means a lot to me. So if you don't have a good post game, I don't like it. I don't like it. So, but I really enjoy the actual playthrough of the game. I think it's really fun. Using Megas is sick. Man, I think it's better than Black and White. I'd play that over Black and White. I just like Megas just in general. I think it's gonna be right here. I'm gonna put it in B tier right below Coliseum. Because I think there's a lot of cool things for it. There's just not much replayability, which I think knocks it a lot. But I don't like how you don't face many Megas. You face the Lucario. You face... Yeah, I guess you don't, huh? You don't face too many. But you can use them, which is cool. But X and Y over XD is insanity. XD just is... It's a worse Coliseum. Coliseum's over it. But... It's not as good. I mean, I just find I'm gonna go play XD. If I'm like, ooh, Coliseum XD, which one want to play? Coliseum. It's 100% that. It's never XD. It's XD is so boring. All right. We'll go back to Heart Gold and Soul Silver. We'll do that in a second. Let me go through the gens and I'll go back and do some of the remakes that I really like. X and Y. So we have Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon. I love these games. This is when I was fully back into Pokemon. Because at this point, I just replayed all the games I haven't played. And this was the first games I bought on launch. Ever. Literally ever. I was hyped for this. This is when I was starting to watch Pokemon content. Or just right before I started watching it, I think. But I was keeping up with the news and trailers and stuff. I was excited. I was like a really excited freshman in college at this point. And when they came out, I really enjoyed it. I love the Ash Great Ninja. That was so cool in Sun and Moon. I'm pretty sure it was Sun and Moon, right? Yeah, because I was a sophomore when it came out. I'm pretty sure that adds up. Ash Great Ninja. Team Skull is honestly not a bad team. It's not the best team, but it's a pretty cool team. I think it's a realistic bad team. It's a very realistic bad team. Also, Team Flare sucks in X and Y, by the way. B tier, I think, fits it. Alternate Dimensions, true. Ali, thank you for the 2 months. What about Pokemon Channel on the GameCube? Everyone loves that game. Wait, what? You're talking about Coliseum and XD? I think the only thing that's bad about Sun and Moon is the hand holding. I think it's like the worst thing about it. But without the hand holding, I think it's pretty fun. They obviously don't have the regular gym battles, but I don't think that knocks it any. I think the trials are fine. And then in a randomizer, I think they're super difficult. Sometimes, obviously, it's a randomizer, but they can be insanely difficult. So I like them. I think they're fun, unique. Ultra Beasts were cool. Post game was pretty fun. Shiny hunting in it was fun. All the legends are cool. I mean, you have the Tapus, very fun. I like. They're all fun to use. Introduced some really cool abilities. What else? Awful game. I don't think it's not awful. If you can't play, you just have a short-term attention span, which is a lot of people nowadays. It's good. But I will say Usum is definitely better. Usum is by far better. The only thing I like about more than Sun and Moon, I think the story makes more sense. Like, I feel like, isn't Luzmine like just kind of lame in Usum? Sun and Moon, I feel like she was epic. I also do like battling her in Sun and Moon a lot. Because in Usum, you get that Ultra Necrozma, but you don't get like that Luzmine sick battle in the, and her sprite, and it's so cool in Sun and Moon. But Usum, I'll say, is better. The battle tree was sick in it. So I think Sun and Moon. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's high B, because I love playing Sun and Moon. Besides the hand holding stuff, I think it's a little bit better in Coliseum. And I'm gonna put Ultra Moon. I'm gonna put a high A. I think there's so many Pokemon to catch. There's so many. I think it's a really fun game. Replayability, dude. I could play that. I was playing that game nonstop. Even after I beat it, I was playing it. Like, the post game is just there's so much to do. There's so much content, I think. Your opinion is wrong if you put X and Y and B tier. Shake my head. I think it's good. I don't think it's amazing. There's reasons why. Last Natdex too, and it's the last Natdex. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I love Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I think it's a freaking awesome game, man. I won't say it's S tier, quite, but I think it's a really, really sick game. Very, very fun. And you can get megas in it, which is fun. Late game, but you can still get them. So many legendaries. Yeah, you have the Ultra Wormholes too, and use them. Yeah, this one's it's so good, so good. I want to say it's S, because I'd prefer just go back and play like Battlefront tier stuff, but pretty fun. All right, Usum. Now we gotta do Let's Go. Let's go. Good things about this game. Graphics were probably the best graphics we've ever had in the Pokemon game. They like leaned into the Nintendo cuteness that like Mario and like those kind of games. But man, this game sucks. It is fucking boring. It's like the only game where I was like, damn, but I want to beat it and just be done with it. And the catching in it was terrible. It wasn't for everyone. A lot of people didn't like it. No, the problem with it, I gotta bring this up. The problem with it is you don't battle wild Pokemon. That is stupid. That is so dumb. You should have the option to battle them. You just run into them and then you throw a fucking Joy-Con at it. It is so stupid. It is so dumb. Sure, you wanted to get the Pokemon Go fans involved, but why not just have that tossing mechanic, but like let me also battle the Pokemon, right? So it literally takes out like a lot of the like original games. Like it takes out a lot of it. It's just a catching simulator, which and then you have to be like, oh, now I gotta go battle these gyms. Kind of lame. Grinding it, you can't even grinding it because grinding is catching mons. You know how stupid that sounds? That sounds so dumb. You can see the shinies in the overworld, but also the shiny hunting method in it blue. You just sat there. You chained for 30 or 31, whatever it was, and then you just sat there and waited. Like what? What? That's so boring. Let me take a sip. It was pretty, yep. You could ride your Pokemon, yeah. You could ride your Pokemon, but like, it wasn't like, I mean, it's one of those games where like riding your Pokemon doesn't really matter because it's like such a small routes. It doesn't really matter. It just feels like the thing with Pokemon, like bicycling and all that, sometimes it just feels like a chore to get on the bicycle when the route is so short. You know what I mean? I was like, why would I do that when I could just walk? But yeah, so let's go. I think it's stinky, bro. It's definitely stinky. We're going D tier. I think the only thing it gets, the only reason it's not an F tier is because it's cute. That's it. That's it. And your Eevee and Pikachu, oh my fucking god. They are so OP for no reason. Why are they so good? You could solo the game with Pikachu or Eevee. That's stupid. All right, let's go. So now it's Sword and Shield. Right? Sword and Shield. I think these games were fun initially. I enjoyed my first playthrough. I played it with Johnstone. Him and I played together for our first run, and it was really fun. Bars. I enjoyed that a lot. I had a lot of good memories of Sword and Shield. Actually, this is like when the channel initially like started doing numbers. I did a Wooloo video, Wooloo only. I didn't even beat it with Wooloo. I gave up, and the video did well, and the channel started getting traction. I would shiny hunt in the game 6 hours a fucking day. And streams would do well. Everything was like, it was honestly a really good time. For the first 5 months, so fun. I enjoyed it so much. After those 5 months though, it got kind of lame. The story in it's not the best. I think graphics wise, people hate it on the graphics. I think they're fine. I think they work. The characters look a little dead inside. Like the main character, kind of lame main character. One of the worst main characters probably. But the wild area is a pretty cool area. I actually like it a lot. It doesn't feel too much, but it feels nice. Like it feels nice to run through and go catch stuff, right? I think that was the first time they really did it. And I think overworld encounters, I think that honestly was probably the best overworld encounters we've had. I like how solid it is. The Pokemon just pop up when you walk next to a patch of grass, like pop, 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 here I am, right? I think it's sick. I think it works really well. It doesn't feel like overwhelming, and I don't think I have to go out of my way to go catch them on. I can just kind of catch it on the way, and it just feels nice. It's like a little mix of like regular Pokemon with open world. The only thing I was thinking about was not seeing overworld shinies blue. That was annoying not to have. The cutscenes were sick. Cutscenes were awesome. A little goofy, but awesome. Internatus was a really cool fight. I think the only thing about Internatus I didn't like was like you just catch it. Not a big fan. Dynamaxing I also think is... Oh, it's the second worst gimmick. But And what you gonna do? Like, Z-moves is probably my least favorite. No, I don't know, actually. Z-moves and Dynamax, I just don't like them. I think they're boring. What else? They had DLC in this one. DLC, Olive Armor sucked ass, boring. Gave us Urshifu, which is cool, and Kubfu, they were cool. The Crown Tundra, though, pretty lit. You got new Reggies. I got to do the Reggies. You got to go Shiny Hit Legendaries the Dynamax Adventures, which was a little tedious, but I think it's cool that you still had the options to go catch all the legendaries. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of multiplayer stuff like that. Like, I think Dynamax raids are boring, and I think the Terra raids boring as hell too. I think those aren't just my things. I just want to be able to go do it myself. I don't want to have to be online to do this shit, right? Which you don't have to for this game, but like, it was you definitely needed other decent people who at least knew the game to beat some of the legends. So yeah, it was a fun game. I think it's a solid game. I don't see me ever like craving. I'm never craving it though. I'm never craving it. I'm gonna put it like, I'll put it above X and Y because there's more to it. The thing that sucks is, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna do this. I feel like this is better. I like Coliseum more, but this is definitely better than Sun and Moon. Obviously, for obvious reasons. I don't know. It just doesn't do it perfectly for me, I guess. I don't know. Also, not having a Nad Dex kind of lame. So it just doesn't do it to me. If I'm gonna go like complete a Dex, it's not the game I'm gonna do it in. I don't really care. Even though I did it, but Ruby and Sapphire's Insanity. Well, you got Emerald over here. So like, why are you gonna go play Ruby and Sapphire when you can play Emerald? You know what I mean? So that's why it's above it. Now, lower it to C tier. It's not a C tier. It has a good amount of content in it. It's not a perfect game, but like, I think to me, it's a perfect B tier because it's a safe game. It's a safe game. It's nothing amazing, nothing bad. It's just kind of safe. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is, a lot of people do content creators. This was like the most streamed Pokemon game. I think honestly, probably the most streamed Pokemon game. Scarlet and Violet doesn't get streamed like that did. Like, people stop playing Scarlet and Violet. They're going and shiny hunting and stuff in older games. You know what I mean? It's definitely B. It's actually a pretty alright game. I just don't think it's like A tier, S tier. I do think people played it a lot though. I think it's a strong B. Yeah, it's a strong B. Alright, so that led to Arceus. Alright. Gonna get some people pissed off here. Arceus, first playthrough, great. It's so awesome, so fun, right? New Pokemon game, riding the hype, super fun, catching all these Pokemon. Don't gotta get in battle with them. Super cool, but you can get in battle with them. That's an option. Better than Let's Go. You at least get an option to battle. And you can catch, but you can also just go and throw Pokeballs at stuff, which is cool, right? But it kind of sucks ass though, right? The balls just hit off random objects, even though there's no object there. I would throw a jet ball, it would clip off like it's hitting a mountain, but it's not hitting a mountain. So the throwing mechanics honestly were not good. They needed to be polished a lot. Graphics wise, it looks like it's an N64 game in what they got released in 2022. That's another thing that's bad. Like, we've mentioned graphics on all these games. None of these games have really had bad graphics until this one. Graphics I just think are not good. I guess everyone's like, oh, it's a style, but it's a style, but it's bad. It could be a better in that style, if that makes sense. It doesn't need to be realistic. It just needs to be good looking. And it looks like clay. It literally looks like clay. Like, no. Everyone likes to bring up the Volo fight, being like, oh, it's the hardest Pokemon fight. That's awesome. Which I agree. It's good having hard Pokemon fights, but you guys realize the only reason the Volo fight's hard is because it has a bad mechanics, a bad battle system in it That's the only reason it's hard. Because it's just so bad. Like you literally make a move and then the other person makes 3 moves before you can even decide what to do. They will switch in a Pokemon and attack you before you can even make a move. Like maybe I wanted to switch a Pokemon out. That's terrible. That battle system is awful. It didn't have multiplayer in it. That's another thing. Basically Legends Arceus is a better version of Let's Go. That's what it feels like to me. And sure, it's like the first like open world Pokemon game, but it's still linear because you still got to go to this place to get to this place, to get to this place, to get to this place, right? So the open worldness honestly isn't even a good factor in my opinion. And you're just going to hubs. You're just going to hubs that really aren't that big, aren't that crazy to explore. I think the shiny hunting is cool, I guess, in it. It's not bad. It's pretty all right. I think the riding Pokemon is pretty cool. That was pretty neat. It could be a little bit more fleshed out. I remember every time you'd send out a Pokemon, your Switch would lag. So that's not really good. Hisuian forms are pretty cool. Story was really good. Besides it feeling like a chore to get through. Like if you want to replay that game, it's a chore to sit through those cutscenes because you can't, again, just skip. What else is there in that game? I think seeing like some of the ancestors is cool. I don't know. I don't, if we try to look at it as a Pokemon game, it's literally half a Pokemon game. Like you can like it, but it's a half Pokemon game. And I think that's where like I don't like it. In gaming, when you have a game, the point of a game is for the creator, like, or not the creator, but the player to be able to do what they want. And like maybe it's a linear game, but like you should have choices of like how you get there, right? Get to the end, right? So like not being able to like battle, it's kind of weird. That's half of Pokemon. Pokemon is literally catching a Pokemon or catching the Pokedex. So like they got that, but battling is a huge thing in Pokemon. That is literally the second biggest thing in Pokemon, or the biggest. So not having that, I think, is just really stupid. They should have a regular battle system and like have multiplayer. What are we doing? You should be able to battle with these mons. Like all these Hisuian you couldn't battle with until Scarlet and Violet. That's so stupid. Getting Arceus is tedious in my opinion. I think that's fine. It also reminds me of the actual like battles like you would do against the Caddyshack, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate you, dude. But the actual battles you would do against like the nobles, I think they were called, in Arceus, it was like, they're like cool ideas. I think it was just like, it could have been a little bit better. I think the idea is cool. Like I like the like feeling of like being like a, Dark Souls and you're like rolling around and throwing stuff and rolling and dodging the hits. I think it's fine. It was just kind of lame. Like it could have been done better. But I like the idea of it. So, I don't know. I think the replayability, if we take a look, Emerald has a lot of replayability. Platinum has a replayability. Black and White 2 has a lot of replayability. Ultra Sun has a lot of replayability. Arceus, you catch Pokemon. That is it. So, because of that, I don't care what anyone says. It's like, I'm gonna put it in B tier. I mean, honestly, I just want to put it like in C. But I'll give it B because it's kind of cool that you can just go catch mons, but like also it needs to be, it's like one of these, like it's like Sun and Moon. There's a lot of things that needed to be fixed before they released it. But it's definitely like all these games are better. All these games. Man, I really want to put it to C. I want to put it to C so fucking bad. But I think B is fair based on the popularity, right? I'll give it B. But the game took place before battles were really a thing in the Pokemon world. I mean, they're in the game. They're just a different style, which is stupid. They just have regular battles in it. They were in the Pokemon world. But I already brought up shiny hunting. That's why I'll give it B because shiny hunting, whatever. It's like okay, but But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of bad things about the game. I think catching is kind of cool in it. Needs to be better done. And story was cool, but after the first time, you don't want to play it again. There's like no point. But we'll move on to Scarlet and Violet. What a shit show. What a shit show this game was. And it sucks that I've been stuck in it for a year and a half. Because everyone's like, oh, Pokemon, take your time on games. You've been releasing bad games. Give them more times. Yeah, give them more time. They're still going to release a bad game. They have no heart. That's the thing with the Game Freak. They have no heart anymore. So Scarlet and Violet is rough. First playthrough was fun, besides all the glitches. But man, the story is so good. And then they released the DLC, which is, you know what? You're staying. It's staying good. Teal Mask, staying good. And then you release the whatever it's called, whatever the next one is, Area Zero, whatever the fuck that second one was called, Blueberry Academy. The story just went nowhere. They had such a layup with Terrapagos. You had such a layup to connect it to like older games and like add this really deep story to it. And and he just has like no background. It just sucks. He just sucks ass. But the Blueberry Academy is actually cool though. For a little bit. Being able to get the ability to like actually fly Miraidon at will is kind of sick. But one thing I didn't like about this game is I don't like the fact that battles like are just all optional. It's kind of the same thing with Arceus. Like it's like half the game is battling, and in Scarlet and Violet, they're just NPCs standing randomly in the open that you have to go talk to battle, which I think is stupid. If you run in front of them, I think they should just battle you. Terrassalizing is pretty cool. I think it's the second coolest gimmick in the games, behind Mega Evolution. Why would Terrapagos, which is directly a part of Terrassalization, have anything to do with older games? Well, like they're like the way like the symbols were, like we thought it's gonna connect to Zygarde a little bit. Like I think just doing something to connect it, but like it was just kind of like he's just a turtle. It's just it. But the Teal Mouse was sick. I thought that was fun. But another bad thing about the game is obviously like the encounters just feels honestly lifeless sometimes. And I like that the Pokemon are everywhere, but like I don't know, it just doesn't feel good. Maybe it's just because I haven't played it like vanilla in a while, but playing as a randomizer just is it's kind of annoying running around the wild. I like the 3 different storylines. I think that's cool. Having like 3 different things you can go do. I like that it is open world. You can literally explore basically everything almost from the get-go. But obviously the levels just end up scaling, but you could still you could brute force that shit if you wanted to. So it's cool. They made EVs and IVs a little bit easier. Music is also really good. I forgot to bring up the music with some of the other games. Music I think is pretty damn good. The Dex it's pretty. I mean, there's 3 different decks to complete, so that's pretty cool. I like that. I'm trying to think. I think all of the legendaries are pretty cool. I've grown to like them all. I think the only thing it's like same thing as Sword and Shield. I don't like DLC, to be honest, as general. I just make a full game. Think about all these S tiers. These games just released, and that was the game, and it had so much content in it, right? I hate that fact they're like we have to do DLC. I'm like, no, you don't. You can just make a full game and not make me pay $100 for a full game when it's not even as good as like these older games. So kind of annoying. I think it's fine though. There's a lot of glitches in it, but I do think Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is a lot better as a game. So much more to do and have fun with, and better shiny hunting method. I think like Scarlet and Violet, it's like this with Sword and Shield, man. It's like I don't know if it's better. I don't know if it's worse. It's kind of like in between. I don't know what to do with it. I like the legendaries a lot. They're just kind of OP. I like the battling kind of sucks. The arenas kind of suck. Man. I don't know, man. It doesn't do it completely for me. I don't think it's A tier. I think it's honestly B tier. Like I haven't really wanted to play it since completing the decks. There's been no, I had no want to go back and play it besides do it for videos. That's it. Because it's the newest game, obviously. Taking into account Pekka, dude, I don't give a fuck about that guy. He's so weird. I don't know. I don't care about him. But all right. So then now we're back. Now we're doing the remakes. There's a lot of B tier here. Honestly, I should have ranked them. And whatever. I tried to rank them based off the time, but it's kind of hard. Also, the champion in Scarlet sucks. Honestly, Sword and Shield champion is better. So, Nimona was cool though. Nimona was definitely better than Hop. Anyways, we'll start with. You know what? We're not gonna go to any order of this. I'm gonna start with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Really fun remakes. Really good remakes. Really, they're literally the only thing that's like bad about them is the level scaling. Still, it's just still the same thing. But everything besides that, it's better than Crystal. You literally can catch Groudon and like Rayquaza and stuff in it. That's so cool. You can go catch future generation of Mons in this technical Gen 2 remake, which is so fun. It just adds more content. It's just the level scaling is just still rough to play through though, but it's such a fun game. But the storytelling is also bad. It sucks because like I feel like they added a lot, they just didn't fix a lot they should have added. They should have fixed. Therefore, I think I'm gonna place it here. I think I think Fire Leaf Green are better remakes, and I'd rather go back and play that. Oopsies. Then I'd rather go back and play that than play Heart Gold Soul Silver, but I'll play Heart Gold Soul Silver over Crystal. You know what I mean? But the secret events in it were really cool. But also, I mean, Fire Red Leaf Green has that. It's just a little bit harder to access, but they're cool. I didn't really have the Pokewalker because again, this game came out like after I stopped playing. But I think they were fun. I think they're fun. I think they're good games. I just don't think they're the best. It's an A tier. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It's better than Diamond and Pearl. It's all right. It's aight. Kind of lame though. They didn't add like anything. It literally was just a Diamond and Pearl remake, which made battles faster. It was 3D in battles. And they gave the Elite Four Ivies and Eevees, I'm pretty sure. Which was cool for the Elite Four. Made it a little bit nicer. It's better than Diamond and Pearl. That's it though. And dude, adding Megas into it literally bumps it up like all the way through B. Like it would have made that so much better. And actually having a 3D world, because that's the thing, it came out in a time where they're making 3D games. Make it 3D. Why do Chibi? I get Chibi's a style, and I like Chibi in some games, like Link's Awakening, great. But it works for that. It doesn't, like for Pokemon, like just we're starting to advance in the graphics for Pokemon. Finally, they're years behind, and then they go back and they could have released Diamond and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl in 2011, bro. They could have done that. It is not that great of a game. It's better than Diamond and Pearl though, but I'd rather just play Platinum. To be honest, more stuff to do. So, not a good remake, unfortunately. I like the updated underground. I think it was cool adding some of the mods in the underground, but the bases weren't bases anymore. They were just where you put statues. So that's kind of lame. The original bases in the other games were better. Game Freak didn't want to be outdone by another studio. Yeah, seriously. Not a good. It sucks because I think a proper remake of Diamond and Pearl / Platinum could have honestly cleared Emerald. It could have done it. It could have, but it didn't. It sucks because now we're never going to get that remake that we all wanted. We're just going to get that. Well, that leaves Oras. And I'm going to be honest, Oras is literally just it's years above Ruby and Sapphire. Years above. It's so good now. The 3D models, I think, look amazing. Megas. They added, I mean, the Primal story was fun. Adding the whole post game in the Delta episode was so sick. I love it. Literally, the only thing that's bad about it was why did they bring a Battle Frontier when they have it in Emerald, man? Like, I guess Ruby and Sapphire remakes, but like they have a sign in the where the Elite Four or the Battle Frontier is supposed to be, and they're like, hey, it's coming. Never came. What happened? Obviously, that's supposed to be a nod at like Emerald, but it's stupid. It's dumb. DexNet was cool. It's hard because my thing is I could play Oras all day, every day though. I love replaying that game. So fun. I like the mons in it. A lot of different mon combinations I like to use. That's what's hard. Use them actually. That was another thing I forgot about Yusum. Yusum had such a good, like, it was so diverse of what mons you can use. Man, that's hard. This one, like, for me, Yusum borders ass because there's so many good mons. But I guess that's fair to put it there. I think Oras and Yusum are like the exact same for me almost. But it's hard because like Emerald's just, it has Battle Frontier, and I like that a lot. I think that's really good. But I do like Oras. I think I'm gonna put it like, I'll put it here now. Really, realistically thinking about it, just because Black and White 2, we've talked about it. So much content in the post game. Hard mode, lots of different Pokemon you can use. Brought back old Pokemon, loved it. Platinum, really great game. Why do we put it so high? Is it just because like there's a lot to do in the post game, a lot of events? Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess I would prefer. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I don't know. I think maybe Oras goes there. I like it. It's like Emerald in that. It's really close, but like, I don't know. Maybe do I just put it up here? It's my favorite game to play. I'm playing it. Fuck it. It's my fucking tier list. It's going high S. High S. I just like Emerald. It's like it's hard for me to decide which ones I like more because Emerald's just sick of the Battle Frontier, but Oras is like megas and amazing 3D models. So fun. So it's just hard. Very even and Steven in my mind. But I think that's the list. And honestly, if we're being realistic here, everything can kind of move down a little bit. Like, I think we do like S, A, B, D. It's just F. No, yeah, we should just like, wait, hold up. Wait. Because I gotta, let's just do F. Fuck it. Why not? Oh, but then no, we gotta do this. A, B, C, F. Here. Delete row. I think we're gonna do that. Let's go D. No, it's F now. Yeah, I think I just hate how big B column is. Should I like trim that off a little bit? Should we trim that? Should we put red and blue down there? I feel like that. I feel so bad at doing that. But like realistically, there's not much to do in the game. Dude, I think I might do it. I feel like it's gonna get so. That's gonna get that. Now we're causing problems. You know, I'm gonna do it because I mean we have 5 red, leaf green up there. Fuck it, why not? Oh my god. Oh my god. Honestly, Scarlet and Violet and Legends being next to each other honestly kind of makes a lot of sense in my mind. I feel like that makes sense. Because I feel like that's like where I put them. But all right, I'm gonna save this. Cool. Legends SC, it can't be. It's half a Pokemon game. It's half. All right, but that's my list, guys. I'm gonna post it to Twitter, so go leave all your opinions on it. It's gonna be funny. But appreciate everyone coming hanging out. It was a fun stream to race some stuff. I'm thinking about going live and doing some VGC stuff or like doubles, grinding a mash ball and doubles maybe. I was kind of debating that in the shower. So if I get some downtime to look at like rental parties, I can't grind mons myself. I'm gonna look at the rental parties, see if it's stuff I would be interested in, and we might do that. If I get some free time, maybe I'll start doing that a little bit every now and then. But appreciate everyone coming and hanging out. I'll see you guys all later. Peace out, guys. Bye.